Hello, today I'm going to talk about the Woodcock-Johnson 3 Tests of Achievement, often referred to as the WJ3. It's a popular norm reference test used to document and assess academic skills for individuals from the ages of 2 to over 90 years old. It's used for many reasons, such as to determine if special services are needed, to diagnose learning disabilities, and for IEP planning. It can also be used to analyze the existence of and/or severity of a learning disability. It is especially helpful in identification and documentation of discrepancies between one's ability and achievement level. As a norm reference test, it can be used when giving an IEP to a student to determine if they qualify for special education services, and also if they are already receiving them to determine if they still qualify. The Woodcock-Johnson 3 Test of Achievement test kit comes with the two easel format test books that consist of the standard battery of tests, which contains tests 1 through 12, and then the other book is the extended battery test, which contains tests 13 through 23. So these books are extremely detailed and user-friendly. There are convenient tabs in front for each of the tests, and with the easel style, the examiner can sit on one side of looking at the easel while the student views the other side. And on the examiner side, there's directions that tell you line by line what you as the examiner are supposed to do, and then it also includes the exact wording in blue text of what you'll be saying to the student. In addition, depending on the age grade level of the student, there's a very simple little chart on the examiner side of the page that tells you what question number and page you would start at. So if you have a second grader, you might start at question 10, whereas a graduate student might start at question 60. In any case, it tells you that in a quick overview along with the page you would go to. It's also, even though so many parts of the test kit and the test can seem so user-friendly and easy to use, it's important to familiarize with the test, familiarize yourself with the tests and the support materials. For example, the technical manual has like 200 pages of everything you'd ever want to know about the scores, the discrepancy norms, standardization, cluster score, intercorrelations, and about the development of the whole norming process. Whereas the examiner's manual, again, another support tool, is about 150 pages, which includes the descriptions of the tests, the clusters, along with the procedures for scoring and for administering and interpreting results, and it even includes examples of writing samples and handwriting to help with scoring and much, much more. So between these two manuals, they are very helpful for reference and to find answers, deep answers to any and everything you might ever need to know about the WJ3. The other items included are simpler and more straightforward. At one point you might have seen the graph up here, and that shows where, like for the reading cluster, how the reading test, the standardized test, there might be 3 of them in the standard book and maybe 1 in the extended, and together they make a cluster. So continuing on with the components of the test kit, the other items are first, it's the 2 test books, the standard battery and the extended battery. Then there's the really extensive examiner's manual and the technical manual. Then moving on to the simpler things, which are the little packet of called the subject response booklet, and this is where the student will write in their answers. And with it, let me see, so they write their answers there, and then there's a test record packet for the examiner, which is a quick overview of not only of how to score the test and record the answers, and also it has little cheat sheets of what's going on. On that test record, it also has a scoring table, so that when you do get the answers, the numbers of the points, and add them up, it will show you where they stand right now as far as their grade level, age level, total points, and what that means. Before you get into the really exciting stuff, which is what I will cover next, and that is the computer program called CompuScore that does most of the work for you. There are two more things that I forgot to mention regarding the components of the test kit. One of them is briefly an audio component, which could be a cassette or a CD, and that provides the audio for a few of the tests that the student will listen to. And then there are some scoring templates that are clear, and you put them over a few of the tests, and it makes grading them manually a lot easier. And then most importantly is the CompuScore Profiles program. And with this, you input the scores, and it tells you exactly how to do that. And from there, you can get reports that are so specialized. From standard score, percentile rank, the SDC value, easy difficult range versus a label, the discrepancy cutoff, confidence band, and then there's even additional score columns you can add, such as for the T-score, the NCE, the Z-score, the STANI, the CALP, the percentile rank. It's just phenomenal all that can be done. So this test is amazing. The normative group research they have done to make this a stable test across the nation and across ages and grades. It's a pretty valuable tool, and it's easy to use, but don't be confused. Even though it's simple to use and they provided such exact instructions, that is also part of why the test is so reliable, is they've gone out of their way to make it so that everyone can do everything they can to keep the test standardized with the validity that it needs. So thank you so much for hearing me out, and my cat is on my keyboard. Thank you very much, and enjoy your use of the Woodcock-Johnson #3. Ta-ta!
Is it over? Is it over?
Let me see.